Hey, how's it going? I'm Mark McInerney, President and CEO of CodeMark Financial. Welcome to this episode of Mortgage Money Genius, where we teach realtors just like you how to get more referrals, become superstar agents, and double your commission. How, you ask? By teaching you the realtor code and making you a ninja and a Jedi inside of all the game that is of mortgages. Today we're going to be talking about a deep dive inside of credit. Sit back, relax. 3, 2, 1, off we go.
I just wanna be your superstar, 'cause it's not where you've gone, it's where you are.
All right, so welcome. So as you've seen in the past episodes, we've been talking about going through this whole pre-approval, pre-qualification process. I thought it would be very important for us to now start diving into each of those segments, okay? We know that the 3 basic pieces that are needed to qualify for a mortgage are credit, income, and down payment. Now, let's actually look and see what those actually mean. Freddie, go ahead and pull up that first slide for me. So what is a credit score? Well, a credit score is your bill of health in a numeric fashion as to the way you look on paper. Now, this credit score is a bit like your report card in terms of if you've got an A, B, C, or D in terms of the way that you are going to look in the eyes of a lender. Now, remember this, my friend. The whole purpose that we have credit is for the reason for a lender to feel that they have some level of grading the risk assessment of who you might be for money from them. Keep in mind, banks are only in business for money. That's it. They're not in business for real estate or for cars or for college tuitions. They just have money and they look at an individual to determine if they have the repayment strength in order to give that dollar amount they're looking for. In our case, we're talking about mortgages. Freddie, let's also show them exactly what we're talking about here in terms of the ranges. So most people are commonly familiar with FICO scores. There's actually 2 different types of credit scores. In this case, we're only going to discuss and take a look at the FICO score, and that is a FICO score as well as a Vantage score. Now, here as you can see, there are 5 factors that make up how these scores are calculated. All right? Number 1 is payment history. Payment history is actually the most influential factor of the credit score. As you can see, it takes up 35%. Number 2 is the amount that one would owe. The amount that you owe also is a very, very big piece of this entire pie. As you can see, it's about 30%, the consideration of the overall score. A lot of people actually understand now that the way that you get a good credit score is in the amount that you owe. You want to actually have those accounts sub 30% of the limit. So very simply put, my friend, is if you have a credit card that has a line of credit of, let's say, $1,000 on it, you really want to be exercising the credit payment on it and use in between $1 and $300. That would be the 30% range. Of course, things happen, and yes, you're going to have to maybe go over that at times. But for that sweet spot to generate great scoring points to your credit score, that is where you would be. Take a look at the slide here again. The third piece is the length of credit. This is why oftentimes when I'm working with buyers that have had, multiple mortgages, a lot of cases, the only way you get to having multiple mortgages is just walking on this planet for a long time. And that's why my mom's credit and probably your mom and dad's credits are in the high 800s because, guess what? They've just got 10, 20, 30, 40 more years of building and establishing credit for themselves. So credit history is also very important, but as you can see, takes up or makes up about 15% of what is actually on there. The other bit is the mix of credit that you have. Are you just starting out with credit, which we all have to start from somewhere? Usually that might start with a car loan, a Could also be student loans for all of these millennials and Generation Zs. They all come from usually starting their credit with getting some money and assistance for going through college. So that would be like the low-hanging fruit for them to begin the journey of building their credit. There's also home improvement loans. As I said, there's credit cards, and there's other unsecured lines of credit that one might qualify for as well that would show this mix of array of different credit pieces. The last piece, of course, is new credit. How much new credit is a borrower, or a consumer for that matter, kind of bogged down with? This is usually the challenge when I sometimes find myself working with first-time home buyers, or potentially first-time home buyers that come to us to get pre-qualified or pre-approved, is they are very, very new with what they have, and they have a bunch of new credit altogether. Might have just gone out and got a car, might have just gone out and got a credit card, or even a department store card, which is another easy line of credit to obtain. So the combination of all of these, Freddie, if you can pull up the wheel that shows all of it, the combination of all of these is how one actually gets the overall, in this case, FICO credit score. Now, the Vantage credit score uses a very similar method, and just the percentage ranges are different. I didn't want to bore you with showing you what it might look like with there, because in our industry, what is most commonly sought is the FICO score. Take a minute to take a look at all of these slides and absorb those, and I'll be right back. So I usually like to use the example that credit is a lot like a muscle. Think of your physical health. Credit is your financial health. In this country, we are built on credit. Even the country is in debt because of credit. But credit is what helps us extend our lifestyles. Yes, as I've said in previous episodes, we'd all like to be liquid enough to have everything that we could just buy cash. But we'd be very limited to experiencing the expansion of what else we could purchase without extending our buying power through the vehicle of credit. Having good credit is where it all starts. And you know that because, well, even though you and I play in the game of the commodity of real estate and giving the money for it, we are also consumers. We also own a home. We also want to qualify for a home, the beach home, the next home, the investment property. So the credit is definitely not only the baseline, but that foundation that erects all of this for the purpose of buying more things and, well, having a much enjoyable lifestyle. All right, guys, I greatly appreciate you showing up today. Look, do me a favor, would you? Share and comment, because you know what? We are here to help you become a superstar agent. And we're superstar mortgage players. So when you're a superstar, we're a superstar, and our clients mutually get to have a superstar experience. I'm Mark McInerney, President and CEO of CodeMark Financial.